The first thing that I'm going to start with is, this is just a quick header. I went back and I started rewatching the original 80s Ninja Turtles, like the cartoon.
Oh, yes.
I will not say it's good.
No, it does not.
I cannot say it's good. If you like Saturday morning cartoons, or you're between the ages of 2 and 7, I think you'll enjoy it. Mm. I think once you get to 8, I think you're like, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
I can't bother.
It's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good.
But it is just very funny. The biggest thing that I want to mention is, one, incredibly, I was able to remember some of it. There was an episode that I was watching. I was like, I fully remember every beat of this episode that I watched when I must have been 4 or 5. Like, I could not believe that I remembered any of it. Right down to the Fruit Loops ad that played during the commercial breaks.
Good old Fruit Loops.
But 2, that show is just like, there's no rhyme or reason to it.
No.
In that, like, there's a moment where, like, so on a practical sense, there is animation errors everywhere. And there are, one of my favorite things is that there are moments, there are episodes, not even moments, there are full episodes where some main character's voice will be fully wrong and different because they were on such a rush in production that they were like, fuck it, I don't care if Rob Paulson is sick, we need to get Raphael's lines down today. Yeah. So you're going to be Raphael for this one episode and this one episode only. We're never going to talk about it and we're not going to credit you, and that's it.
That's amazing.
So crazy. But then on the other flip side of it just being a show, there are moments that are funny where, you know, they're like, oh, do you think this is going to work? And someone looks to the camera and says, it has to. We're almost out of time in the episode. And you're like, okay, I remember this era of television. This is fun. But then there's moments where they get a van that's full of scientific equipment from Baxter Stockman and they push it up several flights of stairs for some reason to a workshop up the stairs. And then Donnie just, with his bare hand, starts tearing panels off the van. And I'm just like...
Yeah,
I don't know what to do with this. Chaos. There's just so many elements of this that I don't know what to even think about what to do with it. So crazy, fun to watch, but like definitely like so bad, like so bad. Reggie Dinkins continues to be hilarious, and I will just continue to tell people to watch it because it is just really funny, and most of all, it's really funny watching Daniel Radcliffe play so against type in such a kind of broad center. And
I still gotta see this.
On top of it, it has that great charm of Tina Fey fake show titles that are hilarious.
Oh, okay.
And so what was the one that was on the most recent episode? It was Young Blonde Gone.
Young Blonde Gone.
It's just like, oh my
That's
god.
amazing.
Oh my god. On the latest episode of Young Blonde and Gone.
What's the reality show they were watching? X something?
Oh, X Peninsula. And it was just a reality show where you go and meet up with your ex at a sexy peninsula. And it's just
awesome.
about saying who doesn't have sex with their ex.
Oh, that's amazing.
And it's just, I love this show. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
And it has Daniel Radcliffe doing parkour on top of everything else. And it's just, I love this show. It's great. It's great.
See it.
It's so funny. Speaking of Daniel Radcliffe, and I don't think I've talked about this show before, or this movie before, on the show. Weird. The Weird Al Yankovic story. Have you seen it?
Oh, I did.
I love this movie.
It's fucking great.
I do not think I've talked about it on the show, and I need to, because I remember when the trailer came out for this, I was so staunchly against it. Because I was like, but I do want like a real Weird Al biopic. And then I watched this movie. Holy shit.
It's fucking amazing.
This might be one of the funniest movies in the last 10 years. This movie is so insane from beginning all the way through the end of the end credits song.
Yeah.
Like, it is top to bottom Weird Al flavor. All the way down. And then you get into the cameos and the ridiculousness.
With another one rides the bus.
Where everybody is like their most 80s iconographic version of themselves, and it's just all these 80s icons around the pool.
Well, I mean, Conan O'Brien as Andy Warhol is the best.
Yeah.
He was fucking killing
And it's
me.
just, you have Paul F. Tompkins as Gallagher.
Yes!
And you have fucking...
Jack Black is Wolfman Jack.
You have David Dishmalian as the bassist from Queen.
Yep.
And it's just like, this is so fucking great.
So great.
I love this movie so much, and every scene is like that.
Now, the part that's funny about this is I saw this movie when I don't think it was COVID. I was like horribly sick with a high temperature.
I was about to say, if you have a fever and watch this, you're going to lose your mind.
When it got to the part where he saves Madonna from Pablo Escobar, I was like, what am I watching?
I also had that moment.
I thought my head, I was hallucinating.
I was perfectly fine. I was healthy. And I had that exact same moment of what the fuck is happening. I've seen UHF. I knew that this was a possibility.
Yeah.
But oh my God, to have it happen again is crazy.
I think the biggest disservice was the promotion of this movie.
Yeah.
It was not promoted
that no studio
properly.
took it. That this was a Roku movie.
Yeah.
No studio took it. Are you out of your mind? Weird Al called up every favor he had.
Yeah.
And you have an incredible cast as a result. It's hilarious. It's so funny.
Dude,
and you have Daniel Radcliffe at the center of it. Like, when your biggest complaint about the movie is that Daniel Radcliffe's lip sync is bad. It's bad. It's not good.
It's supposed to be bad.
It's supposed to be bad. That's the joke. That's the whole bit. The fact that he's... Daniel Radcliffe, we were talking about short actors. Daniel Radcliffe is like 5'4".
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's tiny.
So much
and
shorter.
Weird Al is 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah.
He's so big. And so the whole bit of him just being tiny, like, all of it is so funny.
Yes.
It's all so stupid and funny. When Thomas Lennon almost dies on their living room rug because he had the audacity of selling an accordion to someone.
Yep.
When he shows up at a party with a bunch of teenagers and it's a polka party. And that's the problem. No drugs, no alcohol.
Yeah.
It's just that they're playing polka and it's a huge issue for him. And oh my God, it's so fucking funny.
But it's just the genius behind how they made it to where he's not doing parodies of songs. These other songs are parodying his, like how Eat It came out first.
Yes, Eat It came
Then
out
Michael
first.
Jackson and Beat It.
Everybody knows that Eat It came out first.
Oh my God, it was fucking...
It's so funny.
Dude, so good.
It's so funny. When they get... I'm going to spoil it a little bit because we've both seen it and I just love it so much.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it, please,
You gotta see it.
begging you
It's
to
been
watch
long
it.
enough
It's
now.
so
It's been
funny.
years.
It's so good. When they get to... When he kills Pablo Escobar,
Yeah.
and after Madonna takes over Pablo Escobar's business, all of which is a very real plot line, he goes back and works at his dad's factory where nobody knows what they make, and he almost kills a guy instantly, and then he goes home with his parents, and his dad finally opens up to him about everything that's going on, and it turns out that he grew up Amish, and you're like, where is this going?
Dude, it's
and then
so
you
great.
forget that he has a song called Amish Paradise.
Amish Paradise.
And meanwhile, the mom in the corner is wearing a fat suit and had like a one-off throwaway line earlier on. And after this whole story, Weird Al is like, wait, Mom, what did you say before about being fat? And you're like, it's all that.
Yeah.
It's all set up, left turn. Set up, left turn. And it's so funny. The whole time, it's so fucking funny. I just like... Dr. Demento coming back to adopt him.
Dude, and Rainn Wilson being Dr. Demento was like, that is the best casting.
When he writes My Bologna, puts it on a tape, puts it in the mail, and says, there, I did it, I'm famous, and everybody's like, well, you gotta wait, and he's like, why does nothing go my way? And then it immediately comes on the radio, and they've had 1 million requests for this song that they literally just got in the mail. It's so good. It's so fucking dumb and funny. I love this movie so much.
See, after having this conversation with you, I desperately now want to get high and then watch this again.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's
really
such a
was.
pleasure.
It
Like,
really
this
was.
is like, this is so funny because it is just like the opposite of a biopic.
Oh,
it is,
yes.
It is like, watch Rocket Man, watch Bohemian Rhapsody, and then watch Weird. And it's the same movie. All three are the same movie, but one is a bit. To the point where Weird Al plays the executive that says he doesn't want to pick up Weird Al. And it's like, it's so funny.
Yeah.
The whole thing is, I love the moment where Will Forte is dressing him down and being like, nobody wants this. Weird Al Yankovic's name will go down in history as the most useless artist of all time. And meanwhile, Weird Al's behind him being like, hey, whoa, let's take a second here, okay? Let's reel it in.
And then making Al the head of the studio is the best.
And like, there's moments I didn't realize there's a great narrator doing like a very dark voice. And I didn't know who it was, and I recognized the voice. It's Diedrich Bader, who has done Batman voice for multiple cartoons.
It's fucking great.
So you have Batman narrating
so
Weird Al's
great.
life, and the whole thing is so funny. The moment when he's a child, and he goes to his mom, and he says, does dad not like me? And his mom says, oh, sweetie, it's not that your dad doesn't like you. It's that we both agree that you should just stop doing the things that you love and not being who you are. It's just like...
It's so fucking...
This is amazing!
Yeah.
So I love that movie. Go out, watch it if you haven't seen it. It's so good. All right. I did want to do a quick shout out. D20 just opened up one of their 2 seasons this year with their core 6 players plus Brennan Lee Mulligan. The Intrepid Heroes group, as they call it. They are currently playing Vampire the Masquerade for the first time ever. They are playing a version of the game where it's called City Council of Doom. They were a group of vampires that were trying to rise and ascend the group of vampires.
Okay.
And they threw a party, and it went so badly that they've now been exiled to this small town in Oregon called Perpy, where they have to establish dominion for the vampire order in Perpy, awesome. Oregon.
That's awesome.
And it's awesome. It's so fucking good. One of the vampires is Batman. Essentially, he calls himself Darkness Man.
Oh, that's
and he has a bat. Another player plays his sidekick, who is Bat Person or something, and it's just like this girl that got bit by a bat, and now she has bat-like qualities.
Oh my god!
And so she keeps on telling people like, "I'm not a vampire. I got bit by a weird bat, and I'm not a vampire." It's so funny. I love this show.
That's awesome.
So, last thing to talk about is Project Hail Mary.
Yes.
So, first story, this movie is very popular, as it turns out.
Super popular.
It was very hard to get tickets for.
Yeah, it's insanely popular.
It took me 3 days to find a theater to get tickets for where it worked within my time budget for the people that were going, in a place that wasn't too far away, around work schedules and all these other things. It was hard work. It was one of those where, like, I had multiple pages open, and I would go to check another page, and I would come back, and the seats I had tagged would already be sold. So, like...
This is a big word-of-mouth movie, too.
And
like,
it's worth it.
Huge. Yeah.
This movie is A+++++.
That's what I've heard.
This movie is so good, and is, like, it knocks your socks off.
Uh-huh.
And it is based on a book by Peter Weir, who wrote The Martian. Andy Weir. Peter Weir is a director.
He's a director.
from the 80s.
Yeah.
He directed Dead Poets Society.
Dead Poets Society.
Another space movie. It's the basic premise is some kind of organism is attacking the sun and causing it to lose its heat. And if humans do nothing about it, the Earth will essentially freeze in 30 years. So we got to start working on it right now. And Ryan Gosling plays a guy who was thrown out of the scientific community for believing that you could have non-water-based life forms.
Okay.
And they're like, we are so at a loss for what to do about this that we are getting anybody and everybody. So even if you had crazy theories and nobody ever talked to you ever again, we want you to come in and do this thing. So he gets roped into it. He starts studying some of the stuff that they have. And it becomes this fun, like, oh, we're doing science, but it's also a buddy pal thing where he has the one security guard who he's bouncing ideas off of, and he comes up with stuff, and they have to game plan things and invent things that they don't have a budget for, and it's just fun. It's just fun buddy stuff. Meanwhile, off in space, we see this Ryan Gosling, same character, way in the future going about the mission and waking up and doing all these things. So, like, you get these 2 parallel stories. And they tell us early on when he wakes up from the coma in space, because it's like Alien, where they launch you, they put you in a coma, they launch you, and then you wake up after a certain period and you go about your mission once you're closer to where you need to be, because it's going to take you like 5 years to get to where you need to go. So he wakes up, and in the immediacy of him waking up, the robots say, you may have some memory loss. So the entire movie is also about him putting together what he's doing, where he is, why is he in space. There's no one else here because the other 2 co-pilots died, so now he's just alone in the middle of this other galaxy because he got sent to another galaxy and he doesn't know why. What am I doing here? What's happening? There's a great moment where he's going about the ship trying to figure out everything. It does take a little bit. We'll get to pacing in a second, but he's going about the ship trying to figure out everything, and he looks and he says, why is there a spectrum microscope here? Why do I know what that is? Am I smart? And it's like that kind of thing of just like, it's really funny, really engaging. And It's Ryan Gosling doing Ryan Gosling things. So he wakes up from his coma and he screams.
Yeah.
And then he screams and he inchworms away from the robots that are trying to resuscitate him. And it's charming and it's funny and it's cool. The pacing is interesting because it's a 2.5 hour long movie.
Really?
So this is a strap-in one this is... At times, some people could see that it's monotonous. My sister found that the beginning of the movie took a little bit of time. I refer to it as being kind of languid in a hot tub kind of way. Of like, everybody knows that you get into a hot tub and there's a grace period where it hurts and then it feels good and then you're enjoying yourself and then you start to feel like you're being cooked. And this always gets to that point where it feels like you're starting to get cooked, but it does move on to the next thing.
Okay.
So you never do fully get cooked, but there is like a moment of like, wow, we are spending a lot of time on this one thing, aren't we? I think it works, but I could see how some people would find that it is slow or a little boring as a result.
Okay.
The visuals in this movie are so good.
Really?
That it's very hard for me to say.
I heard it's a lot
boring.
of practical effects,
It's hugely practical.
Which is great.
One of my favorite things that I saw in the credits was that there were model makers.
Oh, good.
And mold makers.
That's awesome.
So you knew that they not only made the models, but they had to have molds so they could make multiple copies of them.
That's
so they could
awesome.
make more when they broke because they were using them.
Yeah.
Lots of really great practical. We watched a special feature on it today. The cockpit is 360 degrees. And
interesting.
It's basically just a long tube, 360 degrees. So there's dials all the way around everything. And they brought in a bunch of aviation people to build it. So all of the pieces are like actual avionics that you would use when piloting something.
That's amazing.
And all the mechanical elements of like, to do this on the ship, you have to take this thing out and put it here and then flip this switch and then pull this and then it'll do this thing. And it's just like, there's a lot of really cool elements that don't feel like Chekhov's guns that end up being Chekhov's gun. It's things like, he gets to his lab in space and he's like, I can't get any readings on anything because I don't have any gravity. So none of my science stuff can work because I don't have gravity. So I need to get some gravity. And then he remembers, they did design this ship to do that. And so you have a flashback where they're like, okay, so this is the ship and this is how it works. And we're going to have this gravity well that if you turn this thing, and they show you how, it makes it so that this thing comes out and it spins the ship and the centrifugal force of the ship spinning will create gravity within the ship so you can do all your scientific studies. Cut back to Grace in space being like, all right, now I remember how to work this lab. Let me go and do all of those things, which also then ends up coming up multiple times later on in the movie for plot-related reasons. So I would say like the first 45 minutes of this movie are just Ryan Gosling screaming and trying to figure stuff out in space. And then cutbacks to him on Earth being a very charming, very handsome man doing fun buddy stuff. Great sweater.
I want that sweater.
Great sweater, man. And just like the glasses and like I've never seen a person who can look like they have bedhead and it just looks like they're just an attractive person. He has hair sticking up in places that if I tried that, people would be like, hey, you missed a spot. Yeah. Like I don't know how.
Lunatic over here.
I don't know how he pulls it off, but like I've said this since La La Land. He makes Schlub look good. Like he makes Schlub look good. Ryan Gosling is another one of those guys where it's like, I'm not gay. But
he's a beautiful man.
Yeah. I've loved him since Remember the Titans. There's a really funny clip that I saw recently of him talking about Remember the Titans, where he basically says, like, I got that movie and my one mission became I want to be as close to Denzel Washington at all times as possible. And so he just talks about how there are scenes that are about Denzel Washington where he's just there for no particular reason because he just wants to be close.
Yeah.
And hey, look, it worked.
It worked pretty fucking good, man.
From Mickey Mouse House to fucking Oscars for playing Ken.
Oh, God.
But anyway, he's so good in this movie because he has to carry it. Because for the first 45 minutes, it's just him. There are other people, but really it's him. And then we meet Rocky. Rocky is the alien that has been sent from another race that is also here to try and figure out what's going on because their son is also affected by what's going on. And Rocky is also alone because he came with a much bigger crew, but something happened because their understanding of science is different than our understanding of science because their metaphysical form is so different than ours that the things that they've studied and focused on are not the same things that we've studied. So he has no concept of radiation or radiation poisoning. And it's just like they're rock people. They have no external face. They use echolocation, so we get to see how his ship works at various points. There's a moment, it's one of my favorite moments, where we go in Rocky's ship and we find out that the way it works is because they don't have eyes, there's no lights. So instead, there's these harmonic strings that run the length of the ship. So you pluck one and it creates this harmony throughout the ship so that their echolocation, they can see everywhere in the ship at once.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's beautiful.
That is
it's
so cool.
good. The effects that they use for Rocky, both in terms of his practical effects, because he has a practical puppet, but also in terms of the visualization of what he experiences. So fucking good.
That's awesome.
It's so fucking good. And so the movie goes from, okay, Grace is in space. Why is Grace in space? Now we know why Grace is in space, but why is Grace in space? Because it seems like there were other people that were going to go, and now Grace is here. Why is Grace here and everybody else is dead? Okay. And now we meet Rocky. Rocky's great. I like Rocky a lot, but we can't communicate. It's really hard to figure out what the other person says, so we're going to take like 20 minutes to learn to communicate. And it's awesome. And Meryl Streep shows up, and it's great because they are trying out different voices for Rocky. And so one of the voices that they try for Rocky is Meryl Streep.
Oh my God.
And she can do anything.
That's amazing.
But they choose not to go with that one. They go with a different one. So this movie is so funny and so engaging the whole way through. And it doesn't have, like, with The Martian, there was this sense of, like, the pressure of Watney on Mars and him trying to solve all the problems and having to do it alone versus the pressure from the people at NASA trying to figure out how to save him. But there was also this political intrigue of, like, do we tell the crew? How do we handle all of it? We have to be public about everything. We don't have time. We got to work with the Chinese. And they were like all these other things, whereas the Watney stuff was just, he's just trying to survive. This does, I think, a better job of balancing those two, because the stuff where it's not just him is directly tied to an exact moment where it works.
Okay.
Right? So there's a moment where he's trying to figure out something in space and it doesn't seem like it's working. And then he stops and he thinks about it and he remembers something that informs why the thing he was trying to do wasn't working. And now he knows, okay, I can do this. But in between, we have this scene where we see these people back on Earth and their struggles and what they're going through. So it's like, it's a moment where he's just trying to figure out language and communication, and he just remembers when he met the astronauts that knew that they were going to die. That's the big thing, is that the astronauts from Earth, this is a one-way trip. They don't have fuel to get back, and they all know this. They're like, they already have planned out what they're going to do, because it's like, well, I'm not going to starve to death. And so the Russian astronaut is like, well, I'm going to have vodka with a little heroin. And it's like, that's just how she's going to go. Yep. She's just going to...
Good for her, man.
Exactly. And so it's like, there's this drama of, like, this is a one-way trip for him, which also adds to everything going on.
Yeah.
But in that moment, he's thinking back to meeting these people and trying to understand them and going to karaoke night with them. And this has nothing to do with anything that's going on in space, but it informs so much of who he is and what this all means to him. And then we cut back to him and Rocky, and they're trying to figure out their relationship and where they are and how they're going to work together. And all the things that we need to know are in the flashbacks, and then they directly feed right into the moment in the story. And then the story is just great. Like, it's so gripping. There were so many moments where I don't think me and Kelly stopped holding hands, not romantically, just holding on to each other for, like, the last half of the movie. So, like, a full, like, hour and 45 minutes of this movie, me and Kelly are just gripped onto each other because it's so dramatic, everything that's happening. I really like this movie. My biggest thing is that it's an Amazon movie, so I don't know if I can buy it and put it in my Vudu. And I'm just
but I mean, unfortunately, Amazon owns MGM Studios now.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Instead of calling it an Amazon movie, call it an MGM Studio movie.
Yeah. So, but I love this movie. Lord and Miller, do it again. Absolutely great, top to bottom. Visually, just so striking. Story-wise, beautiful. Just some of the best storytelling of all time, where, like, as you're watching the events happen, you're just, like, struck by so many different emotions. None of them are necessarily, like, abject horror, but it's things like, oh, shit. Oh, fuck. And not just like, so it's like, oh, shit. Grace has to answer tough questions in a class from his students who are asking why the sun is going out. But also, oh shit, what are they going to do that leads to Grace having to go on this mission?
Yeah.
and the drama around that all going on, and his own reaction internally to all of that, and his struggles with everything going on, because he knows that this is a one-way road, and that wasn't necessarily part of the plan when he got involved in all of this, and us learning the mystery as it develops. And then on top of it, it has one of the greatest endings I've seen in a movie in a long time. It has just an excellent, super satisfying, just like the puzzle came back together and was beautiful and perfect, and you can't even see any of the lines in it anymore. It's just one harmonious thing. It's so good. I love this movie. Excellent. A++.
Well, I'm happy that it turned out well, because like I said, I've only heard just reviews from folks, and I just looked it up as you were talking. It had a surprisingly big budget, $250 million budget, and it said it needed to make like $550 to break even, and it's over that now for a worldwide gross. So I'm happy about that, because nowadays making this type of movie with that budget is a fucking risk, man, a huge risk.
Yeah,
but no, I love Ryan Gosling. I want to see it. I want to see it back. I haven't. He was one of those people in my book, like Brad Pitt and Channing Tatum, that were the pretty boys, and then they did one thing that I was like, oh
shit, you can act
I fucking love this guy.
Yeah.
And I can't remember exactly what that moment was with him, but I love the nice guys.
Honestly, for me, it was Crazy Stupid Love. Love
with Steve
Ryan Gosling, and Crazy Stupid Love is so good.
Yeah,
and his dynamic with Emma Stone is so funny when they're discussing his move to get women to sleep with him. Is he can do the the Dirty Dancing lift. Yeah. It's just like, this is so good, and this is just like, Ryan Gosling is so charming.
No, he is.
I love that.
Honestly, if I think about it, I think it might be The Big Short.
Yeah.
He was so fucking good and played off character.
Yeah.
That what he's ever done in that movie. I fucking love it. But I love Ryan Gosling, so I'm happy this worked out. I cannot wait to see it. I probably have to wait for video because...
Hey, it's on Amazon probably in like the next few weeks. As soon as it stops making monies in theaters.
That's the thing. Like you said, people are still going.
Yeah. That's the thing, though. That's the thing. It's still making money.
Yeah. So I hope to see it soon.
And I'm kind of glad of that, too, because long holds are not necessarily a thing that we see a lot in theaters anymore. It's just not a thing. And I'll end on this. In case anybody was worried, don't worry. Nicole Kidman is still here to welcome you to AMC.
God. Well, I saw that when I went to see the Mario movie.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Heartache feels good in a place like this. My mom, who does not like Nicole Kidman, had a lot of statements to make.
Does not like Nicole
Kidman, and had a lot of big, heavy feelings.
I've always been very indifferent when it comes to Nicole Kidman.
I liked her.
I liked and things I didn't like.
I had no feelings about her for the beginning of her career, and then I liked her when she got to her like middle age part of her career, and then this happened, and now it's muddied the water to the point of like, well, I can't really separate your performance in Lion from Heartache Feels Good in a place like this for 5 years.
Yeah.
So I guess I gotta discount Lion because, God, I can't take you doing this anymore.
See, I have a different love for her early work because that was when she liked to not wear clothes a lot in her movies. And I had a different love for her.
So you'll sit through her bad Irish accent in certain things.
No, Far and Away was terrible.
Yeah.
I won't watch Far and Away again.
No?
I still love, the first thing I think I ever saw her in was Dead Bang.
I don't think I've even heard of that movie.
It's her, Sam Neill, and Billy Zane. Her and Sam Neill are married. And they have a tragedy that happens in the beginning. They lose a child. And so they decide to get away from it all, and they get on this yacht, and they just go.
For a second there, you were describing the plot of that Willem Dafoe movie, Wrath of God. Or
Antichrist.
Antichrist.
It's not Antichrist.
It's the same plot!
But they're on a way, and then they come across a shipwreck, and Billy Zane's on there. He ends up being the psychopath that killed all the people, and he like shipwrecks Sam Neill on that boat and takes their boat with Nicole Kidman, and she, in order to get his trust,
gets naked
and helps him with some of his advances. And I remember watching that movie going like, who is this? I don't know who she is, but I like her.
This began as Antichrist and turned into Waterworld.
Pretty much. And then I saw her in Days of Thunder, and I'm like, yeah, you're okay. And then she left Tom Cruise, so I'm like, you must have a brain, so you're okay then.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Nicole Kidman aside, folks, hope you enjoyed our Watch Play Read. This has been a little welcome back to Nerdpod Generations after our week off. I know next week we probably have Daredevil to talk about.
Daredevil? We didn't even talk about Daredevil today. I was up all night watching Daredevil, and we didn't even talk about it. The only thing I'll say about it is that, and I don't want to start something because we are at an hour and a half, but I like these episodes more, but I think it might be because we finally get to watch Daredevil beat the shit out of some ICE agents.
Yeah.
And that, it turns out, goes a long way for me, as it turns out. I didn't know how far it would go, but I'm willing to put up with a lot of shit to watch D kick the crap out of some ICE agents.
I would be more in the same vein. I don't necessarily love the Daredevil kicking their ass as much as I love Bullseye absolutely
bodying.
Destroying them.
Just bodying.
Yeah, with that opening scene in the diner of episode 4.
If your costume was better, we would be having a better time. Why is there no white in your costume? White would make everything pop. If you had... I can't see the Bullseye logo because there's no white in it.
Yeah.
Get some white in your costume. It's going to pop.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that next week, folks. But Nerdpod Generations episode 188 is now in the books. So please go to nerdpodgen.com. Make sure you like and subscribe to either podcast or YouTube or both. And Al, who does our music and our artwork?
It turns out you can have boxing be a plot point for anything, even if it makes no fucking sense. Our artwork is by Kortney Howell. Our music is by Brendan Williams and James Connolly. I am Alfred Johnson.
And I'm Steve Taylor.
And until next week, friends and enemies, Rooftop Warriors will certainly be a large part of the show, I'm sure. But we might get to some Zootopia. Can you imagine if Daredevil was in Zootopia? There's a crossover we need.
Do we?
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Have a good week, friends and enemies.